Hey everyone, like usual, we're gonna get set up. Let's do this. There we go. Let's hope we're live. We'll make sure. Looks like we are live. Cool. And pull it up on my phone. Okay. Hey everyone. So today we're going to. This feels very official. Usually, we could wait for a few more people to join, but I feel like usually I'm not announcing something new. I feel like I've been working on it for a bit, and it's still not perfect. Made a stream yesterday talking about it. The main goal of the stream is going to be this, or learning with this. Let me know what you guys think about, I guess, the AI tutor mode. I feel like it's pretty cool because, I mean, yes, we have this static learn section, but you can't really interact with it. And the issue with, ChatGPT is, one, I guess you have to leave the site and open something else, and that's probably annoying-ish, not the biggest deal. But also, most of the time, it will just be like, seems like you have an issue with atom optimization. Here's the correct solution. You're welcome. And, our AI tutor will not. It won't give you the solution, even if you write the word. Give me the solution. It will, it will block me from even trying to ask for the solution. But also it will not give you the actual solution. But you could do some interesting things like, yeah, everything's set up. Like you could be like, okay, can you outline a step-by-step plan to solve this problem? It will, think a little. While it's thinking, you could, scroll down the problem, try solving it a little. Oh no. Oh, backend didn't clear. Okay. I thought we fixed that. Now I'm concerned, but we'll continue. Maybe we'll just stick here, make sure it's still working. Wouldn't it be fun if it's not? Okay, yeah. So, I'll break it down into some simple steps. And we can read through this and we'll read through it later. Another cool feature is, let's try and get it to work. The model has access to a tool that could generate questions. And I trust these questions because these are theoretically easier than the main question. So it's trying to create a relatively simple question. I don't know how SGD works. Could you make me a practice question? It's thinking. Okay, so now it's generating a question. This might take a minute or two. Theoretically, you should be able to click back and forth into it. I need to look into why that's not working, but just a small bug. We could read through this and we could learn and see what it has to say. Zoom in a little. Create the first momentum, exponential moving average, and the gradients. Oh, there we go. Some basic. So then basically create a question based on me being like, hey, I don't know this. You could read its little description here, or you could read the description of the problem here. could view an example. It also generates a little learn section. We could try to learn a little bit more about, here in this case, the stochastic gradient descent. But basically a longer learning journey. The AI tutor mode. Yeah, there's some edits here. Maybe it didn't go through my push. Because there's some edits here that... Yeah, there's some edits here that aren't up to date. Or maybe... I don't know. But basically it makes this question for you. And you can say, you know, turn... Let's get it wrong. Let's get it wrong on purpose. And basically I could create the question, I could run it here. Just thinking about it, and be like, oh hey, you actually got the answer wrong. And I could ask, you know, some follow-up questions on this question I made. Here I know what I did wrong, so I could just be like, okay, it's learning rate times gradient. That should hopefully be right. If not, then either I'm mistaken. Oh, yep. So we got all those questions correct. And now we understand stochastic gradient descent. Let's say I'm like, okay, I understand stochastic gradient descent, but I'm a little unclear on momentum. And again, most of these bugs we fixed up. Yeah, it's still a little buggy. It's not perfect. It's more in a beta mode than anything else, but I'd say it's pretty cool. So, you know, it's like, oh, hey, okay, seems like you have an issue with momentum. And you could ask follow-up questions and so on. Premium users get like 100 tokens a day. Free users get 20 tokens a day. Each token is one ask. Hopefully we'll be able to increase those as time goes on, as we make things a little more efficient, make things a little more, yeah, price-oriented. So I think we're gonna, yeah, let's try to solve the daily question with it. It's an easy question, so yeah, we'll start with this, and we'll go on to more complicated questions later. Yesterday I was using, I guess, a less... Okay, this one's more updated. I think, okay. Okay. Because now I'm pretty sure this should work. Yes. Okay, so you can exit out of the window, go back and forth. It'll still run your stuff. Let's go through this question. And we'll use the AI tutor to help out. Maybe we'll have it generate a new question if we need it, but this should be... Sorry about that. Oh, people are gonna hate that. Let's try and solve the question. And we'll use the tutor along the way. Write a Python function that performs feature scaling on a data set using both standardization and min-max normalization. So two types of standardization. Taking a 2D NumPy array as an input where each row represents a data sample and each column represents a feature. Okay, whatever. It should return a 2D NumPy array. Okay, let's just look at the example. Make sure you round to 4 decimals. Oh, a lot of our questions have that, and they shouldn't. Because I mean, at some point we were doing it like this, but we changed that to most of the test cases just dealing with this. But there's some legacy questions, I'll call them, that still have this. Okay, so we're given this example. Let's see how this works. Yeah, but I was a little confused. using both standardization and min-max normalization. Okay, so we're returning both. So this is the first, which is standardized data, and then we have normalized data and standardized data. Now let's ask. Let's clear this. What's it normalize? Just grab this. I think it's seeing like it's not dealing with tables so well. Let's see. Hey, great question. Let's clarify the key difference between standardized data and normalized data. Specifically min-max normalization. So it sounds like this is the min-max normalization and this is standardization. Standardization turns things into z-scores. Min-max normalization is the scaling between 0 and 1. Let's try and make a. I mean, we theoretically should have a tool option. You could just press to generate question tool, so you don't need to try and trick it into making you a problem. But right now, I mean, if you're really trying to learn something, you probably should. I mean, you should read stuff and then it'll generate questions along the way as you conversate with it if it thinks that you need it. Could you? I feel like when people do product announcements or new features, they have like this circle version of them, and that's how you know it's like, oh, this is a real tech announcement. Oh, cool, it's working. Every time it works, I'm like, yeah, it didn't break on me. I should probably throw a beta somewhere on this, but for now, we just have this. Just realize this is probably gonna break on you at some point, and I'm sorry about it. Oh, that's pretty quick. Let's read the question. Write a Python function that performs min-max normalization. I mean, it's telling us the answer right here. I mean, telling us how to do it. So let's try and solve it. So we have our features. So we want to take, I guess we could do features minus the minimum divided by max minus min. Okay. Let's try and get this wrong on purpose and then use the AI tool to help out. Max. I've been having, let's see. Feature minus min divided by max. Let's just solve this. We'll do it later. Max. Probably should just store this somewhere else in a variable because now we're computing the minimum twice. It's not the most efficient code. Let's run test case. Oh, I got something wrong. Yeah, like there's small things. Like I need to edit this. Let's see. Oh. It's probably saying to round it somewhere. Round your answer to the nearest 4 decimal places similar to the. Okay. I wonder if I could be like. I don't know if it has the view into this currently. Because this does have a view into your editor, so you can start writing your code, think you have it right, but you don't want to run it yet. You want to like make sure you're doing it. It's more helpful for big problems. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's basically tells us at the end, but we can basically, and the whole point of this, the point of the AI tutor is not, because I feel like some people are going to get annoyed by this. They're like, oh no, ChatGPT and AI is ruining programming, and it's making. I mean, again, it is ruining programming to a certain extent, and it is making us, I don't know, making us a little weaker, not as good at programming. But I do think there's, like, that's in the cases where you're like, hey, implement this for me, and it just builds it for you. But the point of our Deep Zero AI is to basically not give you the solution, try to help you actually understand stuff. Um, I think, I mean, try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it's helpful. And the whole idea of why they use it in the first place is I want anyone, assuming you know Python, I guess is the minimum requirement, but I want anyone to be able to solve an easy, medium, or hard question. It might take a lot longer, and I might need to use the AI tutor more if it's a hard question and I'm a beginner, but I guess my belief is that anyone should be able to. I don't want there to be like this massive gap, and sometimes the massive gap is as simple as, hey, we have a learn section. I don't fully understand some of it, or maybe there's an issue with our learn section. That's a possibility. Like, we need to fix this up. I'm saying, yeah, little bits of issues. But if you don't understand something in the learn section, I don't want them to be discouraged. So you have, and theoretically, if you don't understand something in the learn section, you're probably course of action. And my course of action was, okay, let me go to ChatGPT and ask it. But then it'll just give me the solution. It'll just tell me exactly what to do. No learning done at all. With the tutor, its goal is to help you learn. And it will generate questions, and it will, more interactive and actually making sure you understand stuff. But let's try and solve this question quickly. So we have, just do this from the beginning so I don't get it wrong. Just round it to 4. Okay, that's set up. Standardized data. Let's get the mean. I'll zoom in for you guys. That'll be nice. I will not zoom in for you guys. I will not be nice. Let's see. Oh, keep on forgetting. I can just do this. Okay. It's not the nicest thing now, but we'll continue. So we'll say m is the mean, and we need data p dot mean data. Standard deviation data. Let me know if someone wants me to explain this in more detail. And then we do. I forgot again. Standardized data equals. I'll go back here because I forgot actually. Standardized is z-score. Standardized data is data minus m divided by std. Normalized data equals, let's see if I remember this, data minus, this on top, the minimum of data divided by the max of data minus the min of data. Pretty sure this is correct. Let's submit it. One test case? Yeah, that's very... Oh, and. I'm gonna add a note. Test cases only one test case, and the current section has. If anyone finds issues, I'm actually we're trying to go through. What did I do? I'm trying to go through all the issues and fix all the bugs because I realized a lot of our questions have small issues, and we're trying to clean those up. I think it's. Let's see. Okay, I mean, I could write, get a hint, but we'll try it with this. See if it, processes things correctly, but should. I just hope it's not asking above what am I doing wrong, because that's what we were in the middle of a conversation with. Yeah, it's kind of caught up in there. We could easily clear the window and start the conversation again. Let's see. Okay. Wait, what? Oh. We only have one test case. Let's see what it says. Let's just get a hint. Also I'll try to read through it. What did I do wrong? Data minus would be min. Probably the axis. Oh, probably an axis issue. Yeah. It's always a whatever. Should have made sure. Let's see how we're doing. Still got it wrong. But we are getting closer. What did we do wrong? The min-max scaling, it seems like we did that wrong. Which was this round this to? Oh, same issue. And okay. Hopefully this should work. Yay. Solve the daily question. Also, we added 2 hard MLOps questions. Oh, 270 and 270 and 269. I think those are pretty good. But we were middle of solving. This was last stream. And we were trying to get the AI to work, or the tutor to work. It still has my information, that's nice. But there were issues with it. Like it wasn't generating questions properly and so on, but let's continue. Because we were having issues with, and I'll redo it. Let's do multiply and see if it could create a question for me. But I won't specifically ask it to. see. I can't share the code with you, but here's the guidance. Okay. Okay, it tells us about compute self. Okay. Tells us what to do relatively nicely over here. Then it talks to us about the backwards pass, and because we take the partial derivative in terms of a would be b, and the partial derivative of b in terms of a would. Again, we could go through this a little more if anyone wants to. Let me know. But it's the derivative of ab in terms of a would be b, and the derivative of ab in terms of b would be a, as it says here. It's letting us know about our you know what, I want to start with the backward and move from there. Let's see. I wonder if it's going to make me a question. Seems like it's making me a question. That's pretty cool. Okay. And now, guys, big improvement. I could go back and forth. Because I feel like when you're solving this question, like I understand sort of how add works, but I guess the biggest question for me is the backward. Because how does it all tie itself together? And I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, go watch Intercorpathi's video about it. I think I'll let us know when it's ready, but let's start reading. Forward pass of add, forward pass of multiplication. Okay, we got the question generated. Let's see what it generated for us. We're sending the backward function in computational graphs. Okay, this seems actually pretty useful. Implement a simple computational graph node that tracks how the computation gradients backwards through an operation. Okay. Let's show the learn section. I mean, to be honest, I don't know how much I want to solve this right now. I just wanted to show off this feature. Because I thought it was really cool and really helpful. I mean, I probably should use it to make sure it's useful and helpful, at least to me. I'm just, right now, I just feel a little lazy about it. Let's solve an easier question. We'll come back to this, though. I still want to do this. It doesn't exist on labs right now. It only exists for the problems. Let's see. Maybe we'll just solve one of the optimizers. Atom optimization algorithm. Momentum. ADA max. We could do regular momentum. No, we did momentum. Random question. Okay, calculate the unigram probability from a corpus. Okay, seems interesting. Just didn't want to decide what to solve, and I wanted something relatively easy. Implement a function that calculates the unigram probability of a given word, a corpus of sentences, include start, s, and s tokens in the calculation. The probability should be rounded to the nearest 4 decimal places. Again, what number? Oof. It's more of a recent one. It still has that issue. Let's see. Corpus has 11 total tokens. Jack appears twice, so the probability is 2 divided by 11. I mean, that's pretty... Let's see. Let's just try and solve it. Yeah, we'll try and solve it. What does here? Huh, I wonder. Another cool thing I feel like you could use it for is you could ask. I mean, I'm assuming no one memorizes the NumPy documentation. So if you just want to know, oh, how do I generate a random number, or how do I, do something like that, you could ask. Huh. What does this do? If you map words to integers, this is super efficient account. Huh. Or we could use, and I guess it'll just help you actually solve this question, see what's out there. Yeah, so we could use, is it numpy.unique? Should the same word count twice? I guess so. So it's just corpus.split, and corpus.split basically separates it by space. We want the length of this. This will be length of corpus will be that. Now we need to know how many times the word appears in that corpus, and we could do a loop through it. Let's see if there's any NumPy efficient ways of doing it. There's some pitfalls we might run into. Okay, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. So, probably just do this. Oh, this will be this would be this, because then we're going to use this again. For L underscore corp F for word, no, for W, yeah, this word is already used over there. L underscore corp, let's see, if W equals word, count plus equals, count equals 0, count plus equals 1. This will get us how many times that word appears, but I want to try to make a mistake, and simply, ask the tutor. I need to save my code though. How does my current code look? And it just, in my mind, is more, I don't know, just a smoother way of working with LLMs, because I'm assuming most people are, and they are great learning tools. Oh, hey, what's up? Thanks for commenting. Thanks for watching. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a typo. This is the greatest invention of LLMs, is now my spelling mistakes can be caught easier. you're starting it at 1. That was the mistake I tried to make a catch. And we're not computing the probability, and you're not rounding it to the decimal of 4. And I think it's just a good way. So now I could be like, oh, let's see, would have got this. I mean, either way, I was going to do it wrong, and return count divided by length of corpus. And round this, I think, to 4, it said. Nice, we solved it. Someone commented, I want to learn Python, but I don't know where to start. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I mean, my first programming language was C++, and then I learned Python, and I took a class of C++ in college. And then going to Python was much easier. But I feel like you do need, usually, when I say, how to learn something, try to find an interesting project, try and build it, try and get stuck. But you probably should understand at least the fundamentals of programming before you go into building stuff, or at least trying to build stuff. I really, it's been a while since I've learned how to program. I'd say, I'd say probably ask ChatGPT. It would have better results than I would. I'd say understand the basics, and there's a lot of resources online for that. Like get to understanding how to build a class, and then try to find an interesting project, and then start down the line of building the project. So go from building, getting stuck, looking up the solution, continue building, and iterate over that process again and again and again. Someone asked, what's this class about? I'm assuming you mean let's see, hold on. I'm assuming that means like what's the point of this stream? We're basically going through different questions, and we're using the new AI tutor feature to just try and help us solve the questions. It has the capability to create smaller questions along the way, or explain topics. It won't actually give you any of the solutions, but it just, lets you talk to the question a little more, versus the learn section is great and amazing. I mean, I wrote a lot of them, so I don't want to shit on them too much, but, it's like you might not understand this fully, and you might have a follow-up question. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it. I wanted to solve a few questions. And I'll probably solve some more later with it. But I just want to show off that feature a little. It's still, I'd say, beta E. It's getting closer to, it's in production. You could go to DeepML and you could try it out. Let me know if you guys have any bugs with it. I'm not familiar with GSOC contribution. Let me know what that stands for. Let me know what that is, because I'm not familiar. Built-in Google Summer of Code. I don't know a lot about Google Summer of Code. I know at one point we were thinking about adding this, but I don't think our platform was open source enough. Like, the questions are open source. Oh, I know C language. I want to learn. Google Summer of Code. I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. I know like different companies could go on there, and I'm pretty sure other people could work on it. It has to be like more fully open source. Like if our site was completely open source. You built the entire entity yourself. You built this time. So I mean, I built DeepML first iteration. Now we're just going into a history of DeepML. The first iteration was Streamlit built. I'm a data scientist by trade. I'm not a software engineer. With Streamlit built, I know how to use Streamlit though, and I wonder if it's still up. What was it called? Oh. DeepML Elite. Oh wow. I can't believe, is it still up? Oh, thanks for joining. I'll explain what originally this was about. Now we're going through a small history of DeepML. So this was the first iteration. I built this one all by myself. I was proud of it at the time. You have different questions. You have your learn mode, just to learn a little bit more about it. Did I have videos? Some of them had videos. You could code, run your code, submit your code, and show a solution. And this was the first iteration. A lot of people actually like this, and a lot of people actually like this, so I continued. Now we have the regular DeepML. There was a time, so I built this one, and then there was a second iteration that I built, and that was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, because I knew like basic languages like those, but I didn't know the more complicated stuff like Node.js and Next.js and this JS and that JS. So I built the second version. People had accounts, and there was a little more functionality. But then once I got there, I posted on like Reddit and other places, and someone reached out to me and they wanted to help with the software engineering end, and they built it out into what it is today. And that's the history of DeepML. What we're talking about today, or at least what this was meant to. Decimals equals 4 was prime. I don't know what someone means by that, but basically we were trying to do, or what we were doing, was solving questions with the AI tutor. And the AI tutor, I mean, oh, thank you. The AI tutor, basically you could ask, basically the issue I was having was, the learn section is very nice. It tells you a lot of information. But let's say you have a follow-up question. Let's say you're new to this and you don't really understand something that's in the learn section that I assume people know at the time. Like let's say you didn't understand this, and you want to ask a follow-up question. So you could basically talk to this AI chatbot, because I'm imagining a lot of people just go to ChatGPT and ask the questions there. The issue with that, though, is that it will usually just give you the solution. Like you can't, like, it's very pro with like, hey, it seems like you're doing this, here's your solution. And that sort of kills the whole learning process. That's why we have this AI tutor. And it will not give you a solution. So you could ask questions about it. Another cool thing is you could ask, it will sometimes generate mini questions for you. So like if it's like sees you're struggling with some specific aspect, it will generate a question. You could solve it in the browser and the chatbot and continue. It also has access to your current code, like here. And you could start building, let's say it's a hard question, and there's a lot of steps, and you want to know, you don't want to have to run through the whole thing. Ask it along the way, be like, hey, I'm stuck here, can you help? And it will help you along the way. And that's, I guess what we were currently doing with, that was the goal. And we just did it a little bit. We solved a few questions. Basically flexing the AI tutor. And I'd say it's still in beta. Uh, it's buggy. Let me know if you guys run into any issues, because I'm assuming you will. But also, I made it, I think, yeah. So free users have 20 iterations a day. Paid users have 100. I'll try to increase it as time goes on, as we make things more efficient and more cost efficient for us. But I hope that's enough for at least everyone to play around with it. I mean, it could ask. I mean, it's more like someone asked. Let me read, because we're streaming a few places. Um, you can simulate interviews. I mean, this is trying to help you solve the question. So theoretically, like if an interviewer sees you're stuck somewhere, they'll try to give you a hint along the way. So it could help you with that. Uh, More simulates like, okay, seems like you're stuck here. Maybe like they'll give you a hint. And we do have, I guess, generate a hint, and that will generate a hint based on your current code and your current implementation once you run it and get it wrong. Um, but you can't ask follow-up questions, and it's not as interactive. Oh, in NP round you have to pass decimals equals 4, not just 4. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, thank you for letting me know how, I mean, again, theoretically, all the decimal rounding stuff should be dealt with the test cases. I'm sorry people have to deal with that. Um, but is what it is. Anyone else have any questions or anything? I'm probably going to have to log off soon. Um, but this was fun. Usually we don't get as many people commenting and asking questions and stuff like that, so I enjoy this. I'll wait a little bit longer because I know there's a tiny lag between me and you guys. Okay. Thank you guys for joining. This was fun. Let me know when you run into bugs and I'll try to fix them. Side note, try to request edits if you see issues with the questions. We're trying to go through those as much as we can and really build up the trust behind each question. Yeah.